Shemai everybody, just won the Podium vehicle using a 4-second trick. If you want to do that too, then check out my video in the link at the end. Otherwise, this is a review of the Vapid Retinue MK2, this week's Podium vehicle. It's basically a 1980s car, the Ford Escort Mark II. I'm going to take you through the customization options, as well as a bit of performance and a race at the end. So we're going to get all the standard upgrades out of the way to start off with, such as engine armour, turbo and all that nonsense. But this is a good looking car. Now the question is, should you spin the wheel for it this week? Should you go out of your way for it? The answer is probably yes. But the answer to should you pay money for it is more complicated. So splitters, the bumpers, I really think it looks better with the stock bumper. And I'm taking that rear bumper off because it looks rubbish with that. It gives you a diffuser, but you can't see that. Fenders, those white fenders are terrible. So I'm going to get rid of them and put them, look at those are chubby ones. These are the rally style arches. But we're going to go with this one, I think, because just a slight extended arch, the street arch. And it's the same colour as the bodywork. Okay, housing. This is a light housing. So I remember these cars used to have the white light housing in them back in the day, on the telly, on the Sweeney and all that business. No hood. Yeah, we might get no hood later on, so why pay for it? I do like some of these options, but I'm going to stick with the stock because this is what I remember the car as being back in the day. Now liveries, this is the most interesting part. You got redwood smokes there, douche gold. There are some nice liveries that are far better than the stripe option. Now that's nice, the Chapal, the Atomic, another nice one. Jakey's, one for my mate Jake there. You could have this one. But for me, I'm going to stick with what I got because that's what I won on the podium, and I want everyone to know I got it for free because that will impress people the most. The Funtime registration plate, for sure. We're going to go with a roll cage. This is a championship rally car of the past, so let's make it a little bit representative of that image and put a decent roll cage in. There's lots of options here, racing scoops and all that, but I don't remember those being around. But I do remember the sun strips. These are the kind of things people used to put on the cars, but it's not got a name on it like, Dave and Jessica or something. So for me, it's a no. Spoiler, I don't know, I think you might need it. Extra traction. But none of these options look good enough to me to really fit in with the car. Expect maybe the ducktail one with it. I don't think they fit the theme. Suspension, I'm going to lower it. Now this is the interesting part about the car because it's not like your standard suspension. Watch how the wheels start to tilt when you go to max suspension. Now that is nice. Apparently it makes more downforce as well, so it makes a better racing car. For once I'm going to change the rims because I don't think the rims are good enough, so we're going to do a rim job on these. Muscle car rims seem to suit this kind of age of vehicle. And was that the Spooner then? That sounds a bit interesting, so looks good. I think we'll get that and see if we can colour them in. So let's get a wheel colour. Oh, red, there we go. That'll do. Don't need any other colours. Red goes with black. Happy days. Bulletproof tyres, do not forget those. Most important. I'm going to wang custom tyres on to look all fancy in that. Okay, so limo, we can put the limo tint on, but we're not going to bother with that. Now, one thing we've forgot here, and this is the most important bit, is the rally headlights. So we need to put the cross tape on them to make them rally, proper bowl rally headlights. So now that's done, let's have a look at what it looks like. What would it look like at a car meet, for example? Before we take it for a drive and show it off to people and see what they think. Oh, nice engine, eh? Look at that. It's even white to go with the white stripe. It's matching. Now this is a great looking car. I think the liveries would make it look better. Bucket seats as well. It's got everything. Okay, so this is where I'm going to take it for a little drive. The handling on it, it's not the most grippy of cars, but it is quite nimble. It doesn't take long to get the hang of, and you can drive on the proper side of the road if you want, because you can evade the traffic quite nicely that's coming at you. Cornering is a bit more difficult for sure on the tighter corners, but we'll see that in a bit. But you just have to control your speed and drive at a speed appropriate for the corner, ultimately, you know, like a proper driver. It's nice, isn't it? Look at that. What a car. It's a lot faster than before I souped it up, to be quite honest. Or maybe it's just my experience. Maybe it feels faster. But I'm glad I spun the wheel on this one, definitely. I was always thinking about buying it, but it's about $1 million. So even with a discount, it's still expensive. But it looks great, even with those silly, daft kind of wheels that are, you know, slightly tilted. Somehow that's growing on me. I didn't like that style before. I've not done that on any of my other cars. And there's only a few cars it applies to, but it looks good. It's crazy. The other thing is as well, you can do donuts without even using handbrake. Yeah, it's a real blast from the past, this car. I can see myself using it. I'm going to put it in the casino so I use it a bit more. You know, like the overflods, I really got to enjoy those cars, despite my initial criticism. But for this one, I've been enjoying it from the start, but I am biased. You know, it's a classic British car. It's nostalgia kicking in, isn't it? You know, like everything else in the world, Brexit, etc. Well, speaking of Brexit, I'll get my pistol out just in case any fools try to have a go, have a pop. Yep, got bullets in there as well. I'd got a few stunt jumps in it as well, it wasn't too bad. I don't think I'm going to show you any successful stunt jumps here because I don't think I recorded them. But let's see where we go. Now that was a bit of a spin out, wasn't it? I think that should have been a bit of a side swipe instead. So yeah, a bit unlucky there. But it's a great car. It's enjoyable. Would I pay money for it though? That's what you want. That's what you want to know, because maybe you're looking at this after it's finished on the podium. In which case, I'd probably say no. There are better cars. Yeah, failed that stunt jump, but you get the idea. It looks good, doesn't it? I'm just going to say hello to some people. In this session there's a few people, so I'm doing drive-bys and pumping my horn, and they all like it. They're all fans. The next car meet I'll be taking it for sure. This guy's here just hanging out. Let's do a drive. See if he wants a lift, perhaps. Nope, he's shooting at me, so yeah, I'll shoot him in the head instead. That's what he likes. So let's compare it on the track to some other 80s classic cars, shall we? Some of my favourites in here. 3 of them are my favourites, I think. No, 2 of them. At the top, you have the Lada Riva, or the Chernobog as it's known. Middle, you've got the Audi Quattro type thing, Audi, but it's an Obey, I think, and the BMW 5 Series at the bottom there. And coming into the first turn here, all cars are getting a corner not too bad there, but the Retinue, or the Escort, is in the lead, followed closely by the Lada Riva, and then by the Audi, and then finally the BMW 5 Series, which is getting nowhere on this track. We're coming to the final corner here, and the Audi is showing its form now, the Obey, Omnis Obey, whatever it's called, and it's overtaken the Lada Riva. But the Escort, or the Retinue, is still in the lead there. So the Retinue won, followed by the Omnis, followed by the Lada or Chernobog, followed by the BMW 5 Series. So there you have it. It's a good classic sports car. It's not the fastest, of course. There are faster cars out there, but I'm just comparing comparable cars, if that makes sense. It's pretty manoeuvrable. Look at this. He says. tapping the wall. But if I was you, I would log in every day to spin the podium wheel to try and win this car, and watch my video to show you the trick to make sure you do win it, which will be in the link at the end of this video. But what alternatives are there if you were buying this car? If you've missed the podium, then the Chernobog is a good alternate. The Lada Riva, you saw it go around the track really well. It's a bit slower, only 145 grand. Also, the Audi, the Omnis, is a good one with a criminal starter pack. It's free, so that's definitely worth it. So yeah, I hope this video has helped you, and do like and subscribe if it has been helpful. And here's me landing that stunt jump at last. Thank you very much for watching, and good night. See, I told you it'd end up with its bonnet off. Classic.